dear adventurers. It's Dozing Knight. Welcome back to another evening of shared stories and gentle journeys. Tonight, we're venturing deep into a world where the clang of the blacksmith's hammer meets the whisper of the flurrying snow. In our episode entitled Silent Snowstorms in the Iron Forge, we will find warmth amidst chilling breezes and discover the heart within cold iron. In a village nestled at the very foot of the mighty Hemlock Mountains, the whispers of winter have begun to weave their gentle magic. Here, in a forge alive with glowing embers, a young blacksmith named Rowan works tirelessly, his hammer rising and falling with rhythmic persistence. Outside, snowflakes dance silently, almost sentient in their graceful descent. Within this paradox of heat and cold, determination and serenity, lies a tale just waiting to unfold. Before we immerse ourselves in Rowan's world, I'd love to hear from you about your own quiet places of inspiration. Is there a memory of a winter day that stands out in your mind? Perhaps a time when the world was transformed by snow's soft cover, offering you peace and new perspectives. Share your thoughts and reflections with us, as I'd love to feature your stories in upcoming episodes. As always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to ensure these tales find their way to you effortlessly. Each story is a gentle journey, offering rest and relaxation at the touch of a button. Now take a deep breath with me, won't you? Inhale slowly, letting the air fill your lungs like a gust traveling over untamed peaks. Hold it there for just a moment, and then exhale, releasing any tension like drifting snowflakes surrendering to the earth. Let the outside world melt away as we prepare to enter the forge. Feel the warmth of the glowing hearth envelop you, mingling with the crisp chill of the evening's gentle snowfall. And with that serene image, let us now drift into the story of silent snowstorms in the Iron Forge. In the heart of a quiet valley, among hills that whispered in shades of silver and blue beneath a wintry sky, there lay a small blacksmith's forge. Ancient stone walls embraced the forge, seals against the cold night's breath, while a gentle stream meandered nearby, murmuring secrets to the frost-draped reeds that stood sentinel along its banks. This forge was not one of clamor and clam, but of serene creation, where the symphony of hammers rang out like distant bells, softened by the velvet of snow. Eldrick, the blacksmith, was as much a part of the hills as the stones that paved his hearth. His arms, as sturdy as the ancient oaks that wreathed the horizon, moved with the grace of a craftsman who had forged a bond with fire and metal. His eyes, clear like the winter's chill, yet warm as embers within, watched flames dance in the forge with a knowing tenderness. He was a man of thoughtful silences, whose heartbeats matched the rhythmic pulse of his anvil. This was a place of quiet marvels, where the cadence of Eldrick's labor sang beneath the shadow of an iron sky. The anvil, well-worn yet resolute, whispered tales of bygone days with every strike, mellowed by a snow that fell steadily, blanketing the world in its tranquil embrace. It was this slow, steady descent of flakes that set the stage for tales untold, carried on the breeze that rustled through the towering pines, their limbs bowing with the weight of powdered adornments. The village beyond, a collection of warm lights and plum smoke trails, nestled snugly between the hills. Its inhabitants, like Eldrick, shared a bond with the land and sky, their lives intricately woven with the seasons. The winter months draped the village in silence, yet within homes came laughter and the rich aroma of fireside stews, and tales spun by those who favoured the dark and hallowed evenings. In this tranquil realm, sheltered from the ceaseless wanderings of time, Eldrick embarked on a journey of creation. Each item crafted upon his anvil was not mere metal, but a testament to the harmony of the world around him. As he worked, the gentle hiss of steam mingled with the wind's hushed melody, forging a song as old as the mountains. Outside, the snow reclaimed the pathways, softening edges and blurring the boundaries of day and night. The world around the forge faded into whispers, a gentle prelude to the tale of winter's majesty. Amidst the swirling snow, the warmth within Eldrick's forge spoke of tales of comfort. Here, the fiery heart of the forge glowed with a comforting light, framing the figure of the blacksmith as he worked on his craft. The dance of lights and shadows across the soot-stained walls played out a silent ballet, casting ornate silhouettes that flickered against the sturdy beams overhead. The forge, an extension of Eldrick's spirit, pulsed with the life he breathed into his art. The hammer moved with a musician's precision, each stroke a note in the symphony of creation, echoing through the stillness of the night. Sparks erupted like miniature stars from the anvil, their fleeting brilliance captured momentarily in the air before fading into the stillness of the dark. Beside the forge, nestled like an obedient pet, lay a small pile of coal, blacker than the midnight sky. Eldrick's fingers, deft and muscled, reached for it in a motion that was as familiar to him as the stroke of breath in his lungs. Each piece fed the furnace, awakening it, drawing new life from the embrace of the earth, and kindling the essence of creation within the roaring veins of flame. Above, the wooden beam ceiling, kissed by the breath of countless winters, groaned softly. The sound played a lullaby to the heavy air, a counterpoint to the metronome of Eldrick's labor. In the corner of the room, elegant in its simplicity, stood a chair crafted in oak, its back polished by time, and the warmth of memories long held by those who sought solace near the forge. It was an oasis of calm, where travelers from the village or weary wayfarers could rest, share tales, or simply bathe in the warmth it offered. The chair, like Eldrick's crafts, was a testament to the heart's need for both creation and rest. Its cushions, softened by the years, carried the scent of wild thyme and cedar, an aromatic dream for anyone who might linger there. Outside, the muted world lay beneath the snow's soft blanket. A veil of white muffled the land, leaving only the hushed whispers of snowflakes to sing of the peace that had settled down upon the valley. In the distance, the gentle murmur of the stream provided harmonic counterpoint, weaving its own persistent melody through the otherwise silent tapestry of night. The forge itself, an incandescent focal point amid the whiteness, blazed on under the watchful eye of the ever-steadfast Eldrick. It was here, within this sanctuary of warmth and light, that the gentle art of creation continued, undeterred by the snowstorm that laid siege to the quiet world outside. Beyond the forge, where Eldrick's world met the wilds, ancient pines stood like sentinels, their high branches swaying gently to the music of the wind. The snow that gathered upon them was like sugar dust drawn from the hands of a sleeping giant, layered and delicate, while the air bore the perfume of spruce and frost. It was a grove where time, softened by the soft caress of snow, moved languidly, carrying echoes of ageless wisdom. Within this forest, tiny pathways wound between the trunks, their roots touched by the soft light of distant stars shimmering behind the veil of cloud. Here, the footsteps of deer marked the story of foraging and survival, a dance of life that played out unseen amongst the underbrush. The gentle padding of paws spoke of foxes, their sleek forms appearing as whispers of flame against the snow, while wings described elegant arcs in the sky, their sorcery invisible but undeniable. The world underfoot, softened by winter's touch, gave under Eldric's weight as he took to the forest for respite, a moment's escape from the forge's heat. His heart, attuned to the pulse of the earth, found solace amongst the trees. Each breath drawn in from the chilled air imbued him with a sense of renewal, reminding him of the cyclical wonder of the land, the irony of life within the quiet. Beneath the snow's embrace, streams of crystalline whispers moved among the roots, dreams of water in a slumberous daze. This hidden movement, patient and languid, spoke of resilience and persistence, unseen yet eternally present. Eldric, attuned to these quiet symphonies, walked with reverence upon the snowy floor, his footprints a rhythm accompanied by the wind's gentle lament. Above him, the sky hung like a painted canvas, its backdrop ethereal, drawing hues of twilight before surrendering entirely to night's cloak. With each passing moment, the stars revealed themselves, like silvered droplets spilt across an azure fabric, perpetually distant yet so intimately near within their cosmic dance. At the forest's edge stood Eldric, gazing into the horizon, where the distant peaks of the hills rose like the giants of yore, their outlines softened by the blur of snow. Here, tranquility reigned supreme, a dominion untouched by strife, unfolding in time with the universe's own heartbeat. As the night deepened, its silence thickened to a palpable presence, a gentle reminder that beneath the snow-laden boughs, life thrummed on tirelessly. Eldric breathed it in, drawing inspiration from a land that knew no haste, its stories woven into the very fabric of his creations, when he returned once more to his warming forge. Thus, the tales of the trees, the wind, and the stars found their place in the heart of stone and fire. In the mornings, when the first light stretched its golden threads across the valley, the world emerged from its snowy shroud, a realm renewed by the night's lullabies. Eldric awoke to the quiet serenity, the breath of dawn nearly visible in the sharp clarity of the air. The forge lay dormant, its embers still dreaming of the fires past, while tendrils of yesterday's smoke dissolved into the crystalline sky. These early hours called to Eldric, urging him towards paths unexplored, to venture deeper into the realm where frost met imagination. Swathed in layers that whispered with each step, he braved the morning chill, leaving the safety of his forge to journey beneath the iron sky, a vault that promised both awe and reflection. The village, with its thatched roofs lightly dusted in powdered sugar, lay slumbering still, a handful of lights brave enough to pierce the dawn. Here, the cobblestone pathways cradled the essence of 1,000 tales, pressed into their fractures and curves. Passing through these familiar streets, Eldric was a shadow among dreams, a presence both known and unknowable. His ascent into the hills took him away from the lull of village life, up towards the ridges where snow lay deep and vegetation slumbered beneath its alabaster quilt. The air grew colder, a bite that brought with it a vivid sense of aliveness. Here, the world was a fairy tale of whites and silvers, where time folded gently upon itself, allowing each step to rewrite the chapters anew. As Eldrick progressed, the path became more indistinct, a mere suggestion winding through the solemn trees, their presence both guiding and witnessing. His footsteps printed small symphonies into the snow, a gentle percussion that echoed against the vast cathedral-like silence of the forest. In the heart of this landscape, he stumbled upon a clearing, a natural amphitheater sculpted by ancient winds and winter's everlasting patience. Here, the sunlight, unfettered by canopy, cascaded down like a melodious waterfall, draping the ground in soft luminescence. This was a moment suspended in time, where nature's artistry was laid bare and bold. Amidst this tranquil isolation, Eldrick's mind journeyed further still, exploring memories and aspirations unbidden. The laughter of a child long grown, the warmth of past fires, and the echoes of tales once spun ebbed and flowed within him, a tapestry of his life that interwove with the land. The journey brought not only discovery of the earth, but also an inward clarity, a gentle reminder of the soul's own eternal wanderance. The first hints of evening arrived with chill whispers through the boughs, as the sun's retreat turned the sky to a deep indigo symphony. Eldrick, renewed and thoughtful, turned his footsteps homeward, carrying with him a pouch full of small pine cones and a heart full of reflected light. A gentle journey well completed, ending where his dreams had first begun, at the forge beneath the silent, watchful stars. As dusk wove its tendrils around the world, Eldrick returned to his forge, bringing with him the serenity of his day's journey. The pale blue twilight drawn from the canopy of the heavens settled gently over the land, casting shadows that elongated and transformed like dancers in a slow, graceful waltz. Each shadow, a partner to the light, pirouetted across the snow-covered ground, their ethereal steps whispering through the woods and over hills. Within the forge, the hearth glowed, beckoning Eldrick into its warmth. The evening hours harbored a quiet magic that the blacksmith cherished, a time when the shadows grew long and the flame's light painted the walls in crimson and gold. Here, against the backdrop of an iron sky, Eldrick found his rhythm, the dance between creation and reflection, where dreams were forged with time and tempered by intention. The hammer sang once more upon the anvil, its voice a poignant melody that filled the forge and crept into the night beyond. With each strike, sparks erupted, conjuring momentary stars within the darkness of the room, ephemeral yet vibrant. These stars, though fleeting, reminded Eldrick of the countless stories the night sky told, each one a whisper carried on the wind, waiting for a soul that would listen. As he worked, the cadence of his labor wove together with the lullaby crooned by distant owls, echoing through the valley. Their calls, a mournful tune, floated upon the chilled air, resonating through the trees. To Eldrick, it spoke of companionship, a gentle reminder that even in solitude, he was never truly alone. The light within the forge flickered and swayed, its flame casting a myriad of shapes upon the walls. Shadows danced an intricate ballet, twisting and entwining in a choreography dictated by the flicker of embers, forging connections between the tangible and the ethereal. Within this interplay of light and dark, Eldrick found inspiration, his own creations becoming physical expressions of this eternal dance. Outside, the snow began to fall once more, a gentle curtain descending from the sky, its touch kissing the earth, bestowing silence in its wake. It carried a purity within its descent, a hushed reverence that spoke of cycles and renewal. Eldrick paused, captivated by the embrace of the forge's warmth and the ethereal theatre before him, where shadows and light joined hands in an endless waltz. Inside and out, the world lay wrapped in a blissful harmony, a silent accord between nature and man, fire and night. And within this harmony, the chorus of creation sang on, calling Eldrick to continue the dance alongside the guardians of the sky, the earth, and the heart's own quiet dreams. At the forge's threshold, where warmth and cold met in a silent compromise, Eldrick found himself drawn to the winter landscape that stretched in quiet majesty before him. As night settled deeply into its winter cloak, the snowbound world revealed secrets only accessible under the gentle glow of a crescent moon, hanging silver and serene within its celestial expanse. The snowfall, gentle yet unwavering, formed soft patterns upon the earth, swirled into delicate contours by the playful whims of the wind. A narrow path traced between the hills, a gentle invitation to wander anew into the heart of this wintry world where dreams lay nestled beneath the frozen ground, waiting to be discovered with each footfall. Eldrick followed this path, each step taking him further from the familiar glow of the forge and deeper into a realm where nature held sway. The chilly air nipped at his skin, invigorating in its crisp embrace, each breath drawn an affirmation of life amidst the wintry silence. Here, the trees whispered secrets, their boughs swaying with wisdom gathered from countless winters past. The world he traversed was softened by the moon's tender gaze. Patches of ice glinted like mirrors scattered among shadows, each catching and refracting the starlight, creating a million tiny worlds within each icy plain. The grass, hidden beneath the snow, dreamed silently of spring, their slumber both patient and profound. Sound took on a peculiar clarity in this stillness, each snapping twig and crunch of snow underfoot, amplifying the peace that enveloped Eldrick. He paused often, not from weariness, but from the urge to listen, to the symphony of night that unfolded in whispers and echoes among the timber and stars. In the valley's heart, the stream continued its ceaseless journey, undeterred by the icy grasp of winter. Its song mingled with the whispers carried upon the breeze, a duet that spoke of life's persistence, of continuation amidst adversity. Eldrick watched as the water wove graceful tendrils through the crystalline crust, a testament to the strength found in gentle perseverance. Eldrick's heart, tethered to this world both tangible and surreal, danced quietly beneath the snow's gentle fall. Each snowflake bore the weight of endless stories, tales embedded within their crystalline structures, offering whispers of the universe to those willing to listen. The journey through winter's embrace became an unspoken dialogue, a bond deepened with each step taken. As the night wove its tapestry overhead, a silent vow formed within Eldrick, a promise to carry the night's enchantments back to his forge, to etch these secrets of winter's embrace into the very metal he so lovingly shaped. With this resolve warming his spirit, Eldrick began his return, footprints trailing behind like echoes fading into the snow-blanketed canvas of night. The warmth of the forge welcomed Eldrick, as though he were a long-absent friend returning to the fold. Within its heart, the embers lay nestled as if in slumber, awaiting his touch to awaken the flickering life within. The thick stone walls cradled the remnants of day's warmth, a cocoon against the icy breath of the night that prowled just beyond. Eldrick rekindled the flame with seasoned ease, his movements fluid and practiced, like a conductor coaxing music from a beloved instrument. The fire caught quickly, dancing upward with the exuberance of a spirit renewed. Sparks pirouetted into the air, their evanescent loops painting fleeting stories upon the darkened ceiling. The crackle of the fire, a reassuring sound, filled the forge, stitching together the quiet hum of life within this hallowed space. Its radiance was a balm to the whispers of winter, a hearth's nostalgia that brought forth memories as warm as the bricks themselves. Here, the heart of the forge beat with a steady, generous pulse that sang to Eldrick's soul. In the gentle glow that wrapped the room, shadows once more emerged, more gentle in their movements now, lazily stretching across the floor as they embraced the fire's light. The chair of oak, its curves kissed by firelight, sat invitingly by the forge. It held history in its grain, the polished wood murmuring softly of tales shared over endless cups of tea, and the quiet contentment that filled those timeless moments. Eldrick lowered himself into its embrace, feeling the solid reassurance of its frame beneath him. The aroma of herbs and wood seeds still clung to its weaving a fragrant serenity into the evening's air. He gathered a fur blanket around his shoulders, the luxury of its softness, reminiscent of gentle snowflakes melting on the skin, and settled in to bask in the warmth. His thoughts turned inward, reflecting upon the day's wanderings. The snowy paths he traversed now seemed a dream, a journey taken from the world of waking into that of slumber. The secrets of the earth whispered still, resonating within his heart, binding him to the world just beyond the darkness of the windows. The fire, with its eternal song, lulled him into a gentle repose, his eyes tracing the patterns of shadows that danced above him. In that moment, the world reduced to the serenity of the forge. Eldrick felt time slow to a gentle cadence, each heartbeat an expansion of peace that reached beyond the confines of walls and night. And so, Eldrick savoured the soft echoes of the hearth, a refuge wherein the world paused, and the symphony of creation and reflection played out within the confines of a fireside dream. Here, under the blanket of silent snowstorms, the valley and its eternal forge sang lullabies, promises woven into the very fabric of the night. As minutes folded into hours within the firelit sanctuary, the deepening night wrapped its gentle arms around the world, rocking it forward through the space of calm. Eldrick, cocooned within his chair, sensed the night move like velvet across the forge, each breath of air a delicate caress that whispered of endless sky and frost-touched dreams. The night outside, blanketed in snow's still embrace, expanded outward into a great canvas of tranquil beauty. Stars twinkled above with an assurance befitting eternal guides, their ornate constellations framed against the night's velvet fabric, each one a celestial spark, a distant watcher illuminating the darkness with promises of hope and timeless wonder. Eldrick's gaze drifted to the window, drawn by the dance of stars, their light threading through the frosted panes to mingle with the warmth of the fire. Here, where the glow of the hearth met the cold radiance of the cosmos, Eldrick found himself caught between two worlds, a moment of stasis like the pause of a pendulum at the apex of its swing. Outside, the snow sang quietly, a continual descent that graced the world beneath with a refined purity. Each flake, unique and ephemeral, conducted its own intimate journey to the earth, becoming part of winter's choir, blending into the melody of the endless silence. The moon, an alabaster beacon adrift in a sea of midnight blue, cast its silken glow over the landscape. The cold light seeped into Eldric's forge, intertwining with the flickering warmth in an embrace that left neither dominant nor diminished. It was a harmony of contrasts, a perfect blend of shadow and shine, embodying the paradox of winter's chill wrapped within its cozy confines. Eldric, feeling the steady pulse of this celestial connection, closed his eyes to let imagination roam free. A lifetime within a moment, he realized, where the mind could wander endless plains constructed of thought and memory, where dreams could take flight beneath the boundless arch of stars. Within the stillness, a quiet peace settled into the forge, infusing the very air Eldric breathed with the essence of night's tender touch. His spirit, buoyed by the lull of the cosmos, floated gently through memories and musings, carried effortlessly upon the river of tranquility that flowed unbroken from the depths of night. To let go, to dream, such gifts the night offered, its outstretched veil a grant for souls seeking solace. Eldric, encircled in the glow of embers and starshine, embraced this gift wholeheartedly. Here, in the cradle of creation and imagination, the night's gentle caress promised renewal, its magic an eternal story sung by those who dared pause to listen. In the gentle ebb and flow of time within the forge, Eldric found himself transported by night's ethereal embrace to a realm where dreams floated freely, forming a tapestry of colors and echoes drawn from the universe's own palette. Under the interwoven shadows and light, his anchored thoughts unraveled and ventured into places only the deep dark of a tranquil evening could inspire. The forge's warmth cradled Eldric, soothing the aches of a day generously spent, while outside the window lay the sleeping vale, wrapped snugly in winter's soft shroud. It was a world of whites and indigos, where each drift and ripple in the snow told a story of unhurried moments and the passage of gentle creatures come to sip from the rivers of legend flowing beneath the surface of time. In that quiet sanctuary, where the crackling hearth harmonized with the tapestry of stars, Eldric welcomed the dreams that came like gentle waves lapping upon a secluded shore. They arrived at first in shadowed glimpses, soft echoes of tales half remembered, stories etched into the lifetime of a craftsman who had lived among hills and iron. Within these visions, Eldric saw landscapes anew, rolling fields unfurling beneath the warmth of a summer sun, pathways carved between towering oaks that whispered of ages past, and the quiet comfort of a village where laughter flowed as easily as the brook through its center. Faces long etched by time yet vivid in memory appeared, beloved and steadfast, weaving their voices in the quiet curtains of memory. His heart recalled the spark of discovery, of carving new paths and meeting souls unknown, but destined to alter the course of his journey. Each face, each encounter, an integral thread within the vivid tapestry, sewn with care by the needle of time. The binding love of kindred spirits, whether fleeting or eternal, left imprints within Eldric's soul, resonating even beneath snow's encompassing embrace. Yet with the dreams, there flowed a sense of rest, a balm against the trials faced within forging fire and the whims of a world built upon iron and earth. The alluring call of creation promised continued renewal, a testament to the nature of existence itself, It was an understanding that each shape forged, each path walked, folded anew into the tapestry of life, a coalescence of shadow and light. As the vision slowly faded back into the inky swirl of night, Eldrick allowed the remnants to settle like newly fallen snow upon the landscape of his mind. For now, his dreams were laid to rest within the heart of the forge, united under a sky filled with stars, whispering their millennia-old stories across the endless expanse. And so, where dreams resided, where night and fire interwove to form a sanctuary of unwavering calm, Eldrick let his heart rest and rejoice under the solemn watch of winter's silent symphony. With the night drawing deeper still, and the day more distant than a memory's edge, Eldrick remained nestled within the cocoon of the forge, where starlight threaded through shadow to form a reverie only the winter's night could provide. Here, beneath the tapestry of cosmic wonders, time became unbound, releasing the mind to wander amidst the constellations and into realms where imagination dwelt. At the edge of slumber, Eldrick felt the gentle tug of dreams once again, brushing against his consciousness like the tender touch of a breeze upon a weary traveler. These were the dreams whispered by stars long in their silence, filling the night with echoes that only those steeped in quiet reflection could hear. He imagined journeying beyond the bounds of earth-bound thoughts, traversing the vastness above where the constellations wove stories from light and legend. These celestial navigators, histories drawn in the skies by unerring hands, guided his musing heart across the boundless sea of night. Each star, a pinprick of eternity, inspired wanderings within the depths where spirit and mind became entwined in wonder. In this hallowed space, Eldrick's thoughts took flight, soaring over landscapes woven of midnight velvet and whispers, where starlight reflected upon unseen worlds. He saw hills draped in galaxies, their slopes descending into valleys filled with once-trodden paths, wayfaring visions etched into the sands of eternal memory. A grand temple of thought this cosmic vault became, sacred and unchanging in its celestial waltz. Here, Eldrick roamed freely among worlds both familiar and strange, luminescent vistas where dreams and reality blurred into a harmonious cadence, an anthem sung quietly by the universe as it turned softly upon its endless journey. Deep within this realm of starlit reverie, the forge's warmth remained an anchor, a promise of return to the world of the tangible and known. The embers whispered gently in rhythm with the cosmic lullaby, embracing the echoes and impressions left by Eldrick's wandering soul, allowing them to augment his crafts with spectral melodies whispered from the silence between stars. In this delicate balance of warmth and chill, shadow and light, Eldrick found his spirit renewed, an eternal kinship with the land and sky. As the night encroached upon morning's threshold, the stars released their grasp, sending him gently towards waking. The dreams retained in echoes became seeds imbued within the earth of the mind, seeding inspiration within the wakeful hours to come. As the glow of dawn subtly began to stretch its fingers toward the edges of night, Eldrick gently stirred from starlit reverie, his heart wrapped in quiet contemplation and the promise that each day held the potential for timeless beauty woven from dreams and stars. As the first light of dawn began its tender ascent, painting the edges of the night with rosy hues infused with gentle gold, Eldrick roused from his nocturnal reverie, the meditative calm of the forge still wrapped snugly about him. The world shifted from dreams into waking, the barrier drawn delicate and translucent like a veil of gossamer, allowing the tranquility of night to persist into the blush of morning. Outside, beneath the tapestry of first light, the valley lay clothed in purity. The snowfall of the prior evening, now a gleaming blanket that draped the hills in serene splendor. This new day unfolded beneath a sky newly washed clean by the whisper of dawn, revealing a world renewed and painted by the gentle hand of winter itself. Eldrick moved with quiet reverence within the forge, his every action a continuation of the symphony that played through night's quiet interlude. The embers, still warm and steadfast within their stony cradle, greeted him as old friends. He added coal to the hearth, inviting the flames to leap anew, breathing life back into the heart of his sanctuary. Within this sacred space, the echoes of the night's dreams lingered still, intertwining with waking thoughts to create a morning adorned with the promise of creation. Eldrick allowed the gentle caress of memory to guide his hands, shaping the metal placed upon the anvil into forms that grew from imagination, now mingled with the spectral visions of snow and stars. From the open door, the soft sound of snowflakes could be heard as they continued their earthbound journey. Each flake unique, each a tiny masterpiece that briefly defined itself before surrendering into the greater composition of the world. Their tranquil descent created a gentle chorus that harmonized with the familiar ring of hammer upon anvil, creating a duet between nature and craft. In crafting, Eldrick not only worked metal, but wove his place within this encompassing symphony, every piece an ode to the harmony of earth and sky. Each shape forged reflected his wanderings and the quiet secrets shared by the world, a manifestation of connection threaded into steel and iron. The morning progressed beneath the soft halo of snowfall, the rhythmic breath of creation and reflection, carrying Eldrick through the curving arc of the day's early light. With each crafted moment, each echo of metal, he shaped hopes and dreams, fairy tales born from fire and night's caress. In this hallowed sanctuary, where time flowed with mercurial grace, Eldrick found himself embraced by the gentle symphony of snowfall, a witness to the cycles of creation that bound him to the sacred essence of sky, stone, and spirit. Throughout the day, crescendo and calm intertwined seamlessly, leading his soul toward the peace of an evening yet to come, beneath the veiling exquisiteness of an iron sky. As shadows lengthened with the descending sun, casting the land in the gentle hues of dusk, Eldrick knew that the day was drawing to a close, its luster now folding into the arms of evening. The forge, glowing softly from the embers' last whispered breaths, cast a serene light upon the walls, reflecting the quiet fulfillment of a day spent within creation's embrace. A tender peace settled over the valley. The world outside lay untouched by haste, the snowy expanse absorbing the fading light, holding on to the remnants of warmth with reverence and care. The air held a stillness, a finality echoed by the hush of winter, promising renewal in silence. Eldrick allowed the exhaustion of the day's labors and the gentle weight of its hours to enfold him as he sat once more within the oak chair by the hearth. The chair creaked with warm familiarity, a companion shared by countless nights when stories o'erspoken and dreams dreamt had woven themselves into the fabric of the evening's calm. The twilight hour drew his thoughts inward, towards reflections not unlike those carried by the snowflakes. Within the quietude, beneath the arch of the sky and upon the earth's patient embrace, Eldrick found solace, a space where the narrative of wind and forge, fire and water, coalesced into a singular lullaby. Outside, the night descended swiftly upon the valley, the stars once more appearing in their charmed dance, casting silver beams onto a world slumbering in winter's gentle grasp. Their soft glow trickled into the forge, weaving the night into the warmth, blending with the peace that resided comfortably alongside. Eldric's eyes grew heavy, the day's rhythm lulling him towards sleep, yet not a sleep devoid of thought, but one rich with the colors and textures of the stories he had traversed both awake and in dream. Memories wafted like smoke from the chimney, wafting skyward to join with the stars' ancient song, part of a greater tapestry, yet distinct. In those final moments before slumber, the forge became a cradle of serenity, the metal yet to be shaped, whispering promises of a new dawn, of opportunities endless and evergreen. Sleep gently unfurled its blanket over Eldric, enveloping him into its nurturing bosom, the warmth of dye and flame wrapping around like an embrace from a loved past. Thus, beneath the iron canopy of a beloved sky, amid whispers of wind-touched snow and a hearth's gentle glow, peace settled deeply into the forge, into the heart and mind of the craftsman of stone and star. And in the dance between light and dark, Eldric drifted into dreams, held in the ageless symphony that promised renewal with the first light of another day. A tranquil melody persisted beneath silent snowstorms in the heart of winter's quiet forge, where peace, friend and guide, assured that he who dreams here dreams in endless cycles of creation, gentle as the kiss of snowflakes upon the earth.